Is it appropriate to have a naturalized Singaporeans to represent Singapore in international sporting events?
Well, Alex, I don't make a distinction between naturalized and local-born athletes. So long as they embrace Singapore, they commit to Singapore, they train hard to bring glory to our nation, we should cheer for them. They are all part of Team Singapore. And somebody like you, you've come, you have played football for us. You are well loved and embraced by all the Singapore football fans all over the island. And if you think about it, even our first Olympic medalist, Mr. Tan Hao Liang, he was born in China. He is a naturalized citizen in that sense. And of course, more recently, you look at our women's table tennis team. They won silver medal in the Beijing Olympics in 2008. A few years later, 2010, they won the World Table Tennis Championship. They beat China to get the gold medal. They are not born here in Singapore, but they have come here, they play for us, and when they win, it's the Singapore flag that goes up. We sing Majulah Singapura, and the victory brings Singaporeans together. There's something about sports that can unite all Singaporeans, and we should embrace our athletes, whether they're naturalized citizens or local born. I speak to our table tennis players sometimes, and they don't speak Singlish very well, but they make an effort, and they are learning English. If you look at them train day and night, they are doing all that to bring glory to Singapore. We are actually making a bigger effort together with the National Sports Association in charge of these athletes to bring our athletes out to the community where they can interact more with Singaporeans, have more exposure with Singaporeans. They are all making an effort to integrate better.
I think on the other hand, now a lot of people say, sometimes we watch at the Olympic, the ping pong competition, they say, now it's Singapore versus China, but both players, they are born in China. But the other thing is prepare for our next future generation, a local Singaporean. They can train from the ping pong player, is from China. They can see how is their hard work. They work so hard, they practice so hard, they train so hard, they get gold medal. So the new generation is say, okay, I want to represent my country, Singapore, and I need to train. I put more time, effort, train.
I think that's a very good point.
It's an example.
Because you look at table tennis, we have somebody like Isabel Lee, who has come up.
Yes.
And when she started, standards were quite well below where our international players were, because the naturalized citizens come and they have very high standards. But that exposure is tremendous for somebody like Isabel.
As myself, coming into Singapore as a non-Singaporean, to give some inspiration and some motivation for the younger generation of Singapore kids and to become maybe like me or maybe another sportsman in this country. And also, we are not here just to personal glory, but we are here to bring the younger generation to take a sport as a profession, and with the hard work and all this discipline, what we did as a young boys, and a lot of sacrifice in their life. And we can, in near future, we can see a lot of Singapore kids born here, they become world champions and Olympic champions.
Well, thank you, Alex, for saying that, because I've seen very positive examples like yourself and many other athletes who are of international standard, world-class standards, coming here, naturalized, become Singaporeans, and they are truly an inspiration to the younger athletes. And if you look at our sporting scene today, compared to, say, 20, 30 years ago, we have made tremendous progress in terms of just more people wanting to come into sports. We have a sports school. We have more pathways for young people to pursue sports professionally, and now they have role models that they can look up to. But one thing remains, we endorse not simply on the basis of sport talent. We want to make sure that the person makes a commitment to integrate into Singapore.
That is absolutely key. I don't think we give Singaporeans enough credit, to be frank. They're not necessarily anti-foreign talent in the sports arena or pro-foreign talent. They're just pro-commitment, pro-dedication, pro-application. And if you put those three things together, then you get the inspiration. Now, you look at someone like Alex. I'm going to embarrass Alex now. I've been with him. It's like being with One Direction when you're out with Alex. He gets mobbed. He gets mobbed by young Malay boys and girls and Chinese. It doesn't matter what the race is. They mob this guy like he's Harry Styles, I'll tell you. Right? He's an absolute inspiration. I was in Jalan Besar and Alex was playing, and a guy behind me compared Alex with another foreign talent. And he said, no, Alex can make it. That one cannot. Too fat one. That one cannot make it. Alex, he's good. So they don't see race, they don't see colour, they don't see culture. They see, is this person committed to Singapore? If they are, they don't care about race. So I don't think we give Singaporeans enough credit. I just think you're right. We have to vet the people who come in very stringently to make sure they're committed for the long haul.
Absolutely.
again, to arrest the misperception, to always be able to compare and contrast. Yes, you have one rotten egg, but look at this harvest field, that we managed to grow.
Well, and also the assurance that we give is that we want to vet stringently. We do. I'll be the first to admit, we don't have a perfect record, and we can learn from some of the experiences and do better. Sometimes when we over-vet, you get people who may be frustrated and say, why are you making life so difficult? Make me apply 2-3 times. Well, so it's a bit unfortunate, but we are trying to vet very stringently, not just on athletic ability, but on the person's commitment to Singapore.
Do you think the immigrant can truly become Singaporean, like one of us? And more importantly, will there come a day when local-born Singaporeans will become a minority in our own home?
It's a concern all of us have, but I would say let's have some confidence in our own Singaporean identity. It's not a very long time that we have been a sovereign nation, 50 years, but already this sense of Singaporean identity has become stronger and more distinctive. Anywhere you go in the world, you can recognize a Singaporean.
From the way we speak.
That's true.
I mean, you don't even need to wait till the person speaks. When the person speaks, you surely know it's a Singaporean, but the mannerisms, the way the person
Action,
dresses, the
body
action,
language.
you sort of can guess that it's a Singaporean.
Are these good things?
No, it's...
I want to sort of aspire towards more positive attributes.
Perhaps, but even in the shared memories that we have, our culture, our songs, our music, there's something about the Singaporean culture and identity that we have established, and we should be proud of that. The first generation may find it more difficult to adjust. Naturally, because he comes as an adult, they have to make adjustments, may be more difficult. For that matter, that applies to all our forefathers, our parents, our grandparents. Till today, my mom calls my dad a Chinaman. And he's been in Singapore for decades, but he came from China. That's the first generation. But the children going to our schools, they do NS, they grow up here, they will be like us, they will talk like us. I think they will be Singaporeans. And more importantly, they will have the Singaporean values. They will understand what makes Singapore work, what is important to us. They will understand the importance of values like multiracialism, meritocracy, and they will be Singaporeans like you and I.
And I guess there must be a realization that when we talk about Singapore core values, there must be some fluidity, right?
Yes.
That it will
Yes.
always be morphing. When we have a new Singaporean like Alex, I certainly would want to learn a little bit more about where
Absolutely.
Alex comes from,
Yes.
so that over time it will be blended into our core as well.
Yes.
Because we don't also want to become too regimented in what we impose upon our society as this is our values. It always makes me laugh. Every National Day, the articles come out. What makes us Singaporean? Every year there's, do you eat rojak? Do you eat chicken rice? Can you speak Singlish? Do you know every word of Majula Singaporean in all 4 languages? And I like, I don't eat rojak. I'm not Singaporean. Kick me out. But then, how does that apply to everybody? A Malay Singaporean doesn't speak Mandarin.
Very much so.
A Buddhist may be vegetarian. I'm vegetarian, so if I don't eat chicken rice, do you kick me out? So I agree. There must be a fluidity, and it comes down to: do you care? Do you empathise about the country you're living in and the people you're living with? If you've got those core values, then you're home. Yeah. When it feels like home, when you've assimilated and you treat your neighbours and your friends and your locals and they treat you in exactly the same way, then you're Singaporean.
I fully agree.
Yeah, I think acceptance is also part of it. It's about being able to embrace our differences.